your boy here, the critic.
And your bestie, Bunny Stewart.
And today in the studio, we have Sacramento's own recording artist, Mr. Jakhari Smith. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, it's a great day out, working on different songs and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for being on the show, man. Greatly appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've been listening to your music for a little bit, man. I actually found you through the Philharmonic. You guys did like a collab on a song together because I was already listening to some of his music, and I was like, okay, I like his sound. It's kind of
Thank
like,
you.
well, I'll let you say it. How would you describe your sound?
I would say definitely very poetic. I started off with poetry, so it started off just like me journaling and just getting my thoughts out. It wasn't even as really like song structure at the moment.
Right.
It was just like me, just like every day, just journaling how I was feeling that day. My grandfather passed away in April of 2020, so I started like journaling a few months afterwards. It was my form of therapy.
Right.
And then just turn it into poetry and then doing research on song structure. And I love listening to music, so just like trying to emulate some of my favorite artists, J. Cole, Tupac, Common. Like those are the artists that like touch my heart the most. And I was like, let me figure out how I can put my heart out there.
Put your own little spin out there. Yeah, I mean, so what I noticed about you is it's hip hop, but it has a strong kind of R&B vibe to it as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so I guess that's kind of like it's like a mix of both, kind of like hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, definitely. Like I started off like strictly with hip hop, strictly rap. And I kind of like, I love melody. I love listening to, I listen to R&B more than hip hop. A lot more, like growing up with my mother. All she listened to was 90s R&B. So like I love listening to all of it, and it kind of like transformed my sound, kind of transformed into more like melodic styles. And even like now I'm kind of like transitioning into a little bit more like indie, kind of like indie alternative R&B.
Oh,
cool. Okay.
I like what Steve Lacy is doing, like artists like Jordan Ward. Like I love their sound, and I'm trying to like pit the Jakhari sound to that, and find my own way of doing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's just beautiful. I noticed, I have it written down in my notes, your familial influence. You know, you can tell that your songs are really from the heart.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And so, who is Jakhari Smith? You said that in one of your videos, and I was like, I'm going to ask him that in the interview. Who is Jakhari Smith?
Jakhari Smith is a born and raised Sacramento, California. He's just a guy who, just wants to not only help myself, but help anyone else who's going through something similar to what I'm going through. We all go through things, like,
sure.
No matter the age, no matter what background you are, no matter what color, what race, whatever background you come from, we all have our own ups and downs, our own struggles, our own wins, our own losses. And basically, for me, how music changed my life, and like from just listening to it, some of my favorite artists, like it changed my perspective. It changed how I think, and I felt like, if it could do that for me, I know there's so many others that it can do that for as well.
100%.
And I know, like, if I can change, someone's perspective, like if they feel like there's nowhere to turn, if they feel like they've hit rock bottom, there's always a better day, and I just wanted to basically put that out there with my perspective,
I like that.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
You just gave tears in my eyes. That's so beautiful.
No, I like that. So how was the music scene for you, like here in Sacramento, doing shows and stuff like that? How's that been going for you? How's that journey?
Oh man, Sacramento music scene is something amazing. It's a hidden gem, if I could say so. Like I said, I'm fresh in. I've been doing this for 3 years.
Right.
So I just started going to open mics in 2021, near the end of 2021. And from there, I just kind of like started networking, meeting other artists, and and not only artists, but also people who threw their own events, people who curated shows.
Right.
And from, they were like, hey, I do this show. I would love to have you do a 20, 30-minute set here.
Yeah.
and just like networking and meeting different people, and like it's so diverse, it's so vast, and there's so many different artists. I love when it's not just hip hop and hip hop collaborating. Like that's always super dope.
Right.
But like I love like working with an indie artist, a folk artist, like a rock band. Like that's something like, because like you'll have two different like
different styles that kind of blend together and kind of In fact, the first time I've actually heard you live was it wasn't Harlow's. It was it might have been the Torch Club.
Torch Club.
And you actually came on stage. You did a couple songs with actually with the jazz band.
The Lab Rats.
Yeah, the Lab Rats. Yeah. So that was the first time I actually heard you perform, and so it was kind of a mix of styles, you know, with the jazz music. And I know you guys all kind of collab together. I think the Torch Club is a great place for like inspiration and like everybody's like you got the Lab Rats, Phil Harmonic. I know he just moved to LA. You. My girl Diamond Keys. So it's just kind of like a mix of different types of styles and genres, and I kind of like. But you guys all kind of mingle and mesh well together. So
it's like a meeting ground for all of us. It's like I remember I met them. There was another jam session that happened out here in Sacramento called Vibe With. Ran by Bassy Vibe, and he does it in LA now.
Okay.
But I met Jacob, the drummer for the Lab Rats.
Okay.
I met him at one of those events.
Okay.
And this is before it even started. It's called Sunday Sessions.
Right.
So it originally was it started at the Restroom, if I'm not mistaken. That's not open anymore, but it went through different venues, different spots, and it ended up at the Torch Club, where it's hosted now every Sunday.
Right.
And like that, every time you go, it just feels like a family reunion.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's so many. It's a melting pot, and it's like so many different artists, so many different styles, and like everybody kind of like just seamlessly like just works together. Like you'll have someone like drumming, like going crazy, and they're like someone will be singing along to like whatever's going on, and like he'll literally get up and another person will move in and swap in, and he'll still be like hitting. It's cool to see how it works behind
like
the scenes.
Just like the flow of that.
Because like if you're out in the crowd, like you just hearing live music straight through for 3 hours, but like when you're actually involved and a part of that, like you don't really see the puzzle pieces that happen. So
kind of
it's crazy.
Together. But I feel like it's also good just for inspiration, because when you're playing with somebody else, you hear some other style, you can kind of emulate that style a little bit, change it up a little bit.
Definitely. It's like it's always inspiration. Like there's so many like I said, there's so many dope artists that do different things, different styles, make different types of music, and it's like you can't help but to be inspired. I'll go out to like one of the jam sessions and I'm like, I gotta write a song. I gotta like do something. I gotta like now when I first started, it was just like hearing beats right into it, beats right into it. But now like I'm being around like live music so much, I'm like I want to learn an instrument. I want to learn how to produce. Like I want to like I want to expand it.
No, that's the way to do it, man. You got at some point to continue to grow. You got to continue to experiment a little bit and find your niche and kind of hone that in, or do multiple things. You know what I mean? You can still do what you're doing now and just expand that to your own repertoire. So that's great, man. So what's next for you, man?
Right now I'm working on a lot of new music. This year I kind of like I've released a lot of music. I have a lot of music out, and I kind of like try different methods as far as like the promotion side of things.
For sure.
'Cause that like it's about like 40% the music nowadays, and 60% the promotion, the marketing, and all that.
That's
like,
what it is.
If you really want to like expand it and like grow,
you gotta
like
promote.
the promotion side is like key. So like I love the creating aspect. Like that's what I hone in on. I'm still working on this marketing side of things. It's a struggle.
Yeah,
but
marketing's tough, man. That's the hardest part, man. So,
but it's very crucial. So right now I'm just like learning about that side of things, the business side of all this,
100%.
and how to like I work a 9 to 5 as well as do this.
Oh,
like,
wow.
so I'm trying to like find ways of balancing.
Yeah, it's
But
tough.
Yeah,
It's tough.
yeah,
I work a
yeah.
9 to 5 too, man. So
Yeah.
it's tough. I understand the struggle.
Just trying to find a way to like creatively support yourself, you know, and creatively like, you know, make that the main focal point, you know, because it's hard balancing your energy to all these different things. You got family, friends,
Right.
work, like creative art, whatever. But like whatever you do, your passion is like you want that to like lead. You want that to be in the forefront. So I'm just trying to like find ways of how can I take it one day at a time to get to that, you know. And like this year I have so many ideas and I'm like just putting things into motion. Like last year was me just planning,
Right.
like writing down like what do I want to do, what would I like to see.
And this year's
And
more about
this year is
execution.
more about, all right, I'm going for it behind the scenes.
Right.
Like I'm working on it gradually, and like it's a marathon. It's not a race.
Right.
So I know it's not going to happen overnight.
Never
You know,
does.
it,
Right.
it's going to take time, and
Yeah.
I'm prepared for that.
No,
you know?
that's
right.
best
Yeah,
best
yeah.
attitude to have, man.
Oh my goodness! Well, talking to you has just been absolutely electric.
Thank you.
Where so if anybody wants to get a hold of you, they want to collaborate with you, what's the best way they can reach you?
So my main form of like social media is Instagram.
Right.
I just created my own website. So it's www.jakharismith.com.
Right.
That has like all the links to all my music, and
Nice.
I'll be posting like whenever I do a show or like any updates
Right.
going on. Will be directly on there.
Right.
There's also a contact form on the website where you can like if you want to email me,
Right.
you can reach out directly, or if you have a question or a concern or whatever. But Instagram is like the easiest,
Yeah, for
quickest
sure.
way to
Right.
get in
Just
touch
hit
with
you
me.
up, message you on there, yeah.
Jakhari Smith. And then I have like music out everywhere.
Yeah.
There will be more music coming
Yeah.
under Jakhari
Spotify,
Smith.
everything. Yeah.
Well, and we can see him live at SacTown Movie Buffs Film Festival. Is this-
Yeah, let the
Yeah.
no. So yeah, we
Oops.
actually are planning. No,
Edit.
it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
No, it's good. I was just joking. Yeah. No, so yeah, we actually are looking forward to. We're gonna try to do it big. We're gonna try to have a jazz band. We're gonna have a R&B artist, and then we're gonna have a hip hop / R&B artist as well to kind of mix it up this year. So so definitely very excited. Still working out some of the background details on that, but we have a venue now, so now we can just start going through, and we'll be making some announcements on that as well. So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing you rock the mic on in April, man. So at our event, man,
Thank you for having me.
it's
Thank you for
always
having
lovely.
me.
Yeah, we had the Philharmonic, and a couple months later, he won NPR's Tiny Desk Contest. I'm just saying.
Hey, shout out to Philharmonic, man. Philharmonic, he like meeting him like just in itself was like it was crazy. Like it was like just getting to know him and seeing him work and seeing how much he pours into the art. Like it's like super inspiring.
100%.
And like, he's done so much for this city and just beyond. Like, his art like speaks for itself. So like I just want to give much love to Phil and the Lab Rats. Like they're doing their thing out here.
Yeah,
and,
they're
like,
they're
really-
everywhere, man. I see them popping up, man. I've run into venues I didn't even know they were gonna be at.
Yeah.
We went to a wine tasting venue, and they were there playing,
Yeah,
man. I was
yeah.
like, what?
Everywhere you look,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good, man. That's
Yeah.
good, man. Well, I appreciate you being on the show, man. Like I said, we'll definitely see you in April. But yeah, man, check out Jakhari, man.
Thank
check
you.
him out, man.
Thank you.
Listen
Thank
to his
you.
music. So
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again for watching another edition of SacTown Movie Buff Television. We'll be back again soon with another episode. Have a great day.